Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears of War 4 video. Today we are going to be discussing 5 small changes that I think need to be made in Gears 4 right now. As we get into the year 2018, yes, it's crazy to be here already, but major feature update for the game was announced by the Shadowz studio a little while ago to have ended. However, small changes can still be made at any given time based on a few things from community feedback to their very own data servers. So I wanted to dedicate a video right now, a whole one that hopefully the developers at the Shadowz studio themselves see at some point in time, to some small changes that could benefit the game, in my opinion, for everyone, which includes the following. Beginning with number 5 is community engagement. Seeing as how we can't expect any more major feature updates for the game and we can only get small little changes, I think that the community engagement is something that needs to be improved upon just a little bit, especially when there is an issue in the game which needs addressing, like as of recently the whole problem and issue with kill trading or kill updates, whether that's either in competitive or core. With the game being an esports title, the community still playing are obviously very vocal, as you would expect, about whether or not something is an issue in the game, and I feel like the Shadowz studio needs to make sure, especially as time goes on and the game gets older, that there is a bit more transparency so everyone in the community, from casuals to pro players, feel a little bit more in the know, which would result in more people sticking to playing the game as you know to expect something, instead of just being left in the complete darkness. I do know that live streams from the developers themselves and more Q&As with the community in general would go a very, very long way. Next up though, moving on to number 4, we have competitive King of the Hill. As someone who's been playing the objective-based game modes like King of the Hill for a good amount of years now, ever since Gears 2, when they got a lot more popular, I think that the mode would benefit from being adjusted into the competitive playlist of the game because of the way the game mode plays and the experience you get from it. Core tuning was created as a way to cater towards new players so they can find an easier way into the game itself without feeling like, hey, I have literally completely no chance whatsoever right here as a new player, which obviously works for simple game modes like TDM, but when you have an objective game mode that requires a lot more to it, like teamwork and communication, strategies and encounter strategies, making it very competitive, it only makes sense to be played under the competitive weapon tuning, as most players who run King of the Hill are either stacked or experienced players who've been playing Gears for a good few years now, meaning it would result in a match that is much fairer and a much more balanced outcome. Coming in at number 3, we have the Gear Packs content. Now, of course, if we are talking about anything that needs changing or improving in the game, the Gear Pack system has obviously got to get a mention, of course. Over the course of a year and a half, the Gear Pack system has changed drastically for the better, with the UIR pack, the first of its kind to release for the game, at a crazy 4,400 credits, and not have great odds to us now having multiple new gear packs a month containing new content as either 400 credit community packs or 2,000 credit feature packs. Now, being truthfully honest with you guys right now on this video, the gear pack system that we have today available isn't perfect or even close, and while most things can't be changed, one thing that I do believe can be done that the Shadowz studio owes the community at this very point is the gear packs content and DLC packs to only contain DLC only content. Currently, right now, as of recording in this video, whether it is a community or feature pack, every single DLC pack in the game contains the chances of getting regular series content that is widely available in the game already, that I think should just be straight up replaced so that we get DLC only content from a DLC pack, as of course that is the main reason of opening them up in the first place. I feel like if I was to open up some Armored Cantus packs, I should only receive content that is from the Armored Cantus content set, as we do have regular packs in the game like the Operations and Elite packs to offer the normal series content if that is what you're after and trying to get yourself. Nearly making it to the top spot at number 2 though, we have a credit earn rate. Now, this was something that the Shadowz studio has addressed with a recent change to make versus multiplayer a little bit more similar to Horde mode in terms of time played. However, I still think that the credit earn rate still needs a bit more of an improvement, as it shouldn't take hours upon hours of playing just to be able to afford one feature pack costing 2,000 credits, especially with how they are all RNG based. I do have to admit though that this is one of those things that is something quite hard to balance and just to try and get it perfect, as you have multiple ways to earn credits in the game, which can last for a different amount of periods of time, meaning that certain playing experiences will give out more credits than others. However, I do believe that, or think that, the average is quite low still and can be upped to maybe making where even if you did lose a versus match overall, it shouldn't take you longer than 2 to 3 hours to try and earn 2,000 credits. As right now, if you didn't know, if you were to play 10 games of King of the Hill, losing them all over and over again, it would actually take you roughly about 6 to 7 hours of game time to be able to afford just one feature gear pack, which is actually just mind-blowing crazy. Lastly, chilling at the number one small changes that I want to see overall is to have better player incentives in the game. Currently, right now, there isn't many incentives in the game that want to make you or me as a player play on a daily basis and carry on playing as much as possible. Apart from attempting to get to diamond ranked here in the most populated game modes, so reaching re-up 15 overall, there isn't much else to really play for, meaning that once either players reach that stage of accomplishing those tasks, or just get bored along the way trying, they wouldn't even have a reason to keep playing. Recently, we did have monthly unlockable weapon skins announced as part of both the Versus and Horde special event game modes, which is a step in the right direction, but are not enough in my opinion. If the Shadowz studio really wants people to play on a more consistent basis, so something like daily and weekly challenges could be that something extra for players to think about achieving just by playing. Offering something as simple as extra credit bonuses to even a free community or feature gear pack would just help out, ensure that at least the players that are still playing to this day right now to keep at it, as there are multiple rewards to look forward to just for putting your own time into the game itself. So there you have it, guys. They are my top 5 small changes that I want to see made to Gears of War 4, hopefully in the very close foreseeable soon future. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below though, telling me what you think. Do you agree with me, or is there some other small changes that you think the Shadowz studio should make to their own game? Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.